Would you ever apologize for someone else's unforgivable act, especially if that someone was the parent who abandoned you? Christian did. Even though his father was barely in his life, their relationship nothing but absence and disappointment, he still stepped forward. He looked a stranger in the eyes and said the words his father never could. "I'm sorry." But what exactly was he apologizing for? That's where this story begins. Make sure to hit that like button and follow for more stories like this. This woman had been married for 60 years, and then, in a single morning, she wasn't. 2 weeks after her husband's death, she walked to the cemetery. Slow steps, flowers in hand, grief pressing down on her chest. She thought sorrow was the heaviest thing she'd ever carry. But she was wrong. As she knelt by the gravestone, whispering words meant only for him, someone else was watching. A man, a shadow, with quick hands. She never saw it coming. One shove, one grab, her purse gone. $700 stolen on the very ground where she came to mourn. The thief thought he'd escaped. But grief has a way of pulling threads you never expect. That same day, his mugshot flashed across the evening news. And somewhere else, a young man froze. That's my dad. His name was Christian. But son never really fit. His father had been absent almost his whole life, leaving after a divorce, when Christian was just 2. He knew the outline of a father, but not the man. And now that man was the face of a crime that felt unforgivable. Christian could have stayed silent. But silence would have made him complicit. Therefore, he did something harder. He reached out to the woman his father had robbed. She agreed to meet. Imagine her surprise, expecting only cruelty in this family, but instead finding a young man with steady eyes and a broken heart. Christian spoke first. "I just had to say, I'm sorry. If I didn't, who would?" But he didn't stop with words. He handed her an envelope, inside his own money. "I'd feel bad if I didn't give this to you." This wasn't about $700. It was about restoring something bigger. Dignity, faith, the belief that the world hadn't completely hardened. And then came the moment nobody expected. The woman looked at the envelope. She felt the weight of it in her hands, and then she gave it back. Every dollar, every cent. "I don't need this," she said softly. "It's enough that you came, enough that you cared. That's what lingers." A widow who forgave, a son who carried the apology his father never would. In a story born of grief, it wasn't anger that had the last word, it was kindness. Christian carried the apology his father never gave. Could you do the same?